What's good, EYTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. This is my breakdown and prediction for Shawn Porter versus Andre Berto. This right here is a WBC eliminator. You know what I mean? Whoever wins this fight has the right to fight the WBC champion at welterweight, Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And as far as keys to victory for both of these guys, you know, I've considered the man Shawn Porter definitely got the faster foot speed. Berto got the faster hand speed, you know what I mean? Shawn Porter is a guy, in my opinion, you know, he's a guy, he can box, he got a good jab, but ultimately I view him as a slugger, a brawler. While the man Andre Berto, in my opinion, is a more of a boxer puncher, you know what I mean? Who hits harder? I think Andre Berto hits harder, better punch variety, punch output, you know, who has different type of punches rather than just straight 1-2s or straight fighting down a beeline. I consider that to Andre Berto, you know what I mean? Shawn Porter is a guy, though, you know, his style, you know what I mean? You know, ultimately, like I said, you know, in previous videos, I'm a guy, I like boxers. That's my favorite type of style. And I love all styles of boxing, you know what I mean? Styles make fights, you know what I mean? You check it, but I like boxers, guys like Pernell Whitaker, Guillermo Rigondeaux, you know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather, you know, the art of boxing, you know what I mean? The sweet science, hit and not get hit, you know what I mean? But it's not written in stone nowhere that, you know what I'm saying, that a boxer will ultimately beat all styles, you know what I mean? You know, a brawler can beat a boxer, you know what I mean? I'll give you an example, Lomachenko versus Salido. Lomachenko being the pure boxer, Salido being a brawler, a slugger, a type of guy who likes to fight rather than just box, you know what I mean? And, you know, Salido can box too, you know, in spurts, but his style to me is more of a brawling style, you know what I mean? And he took care of the man Lomachenko, you know what I mean, in convincing fashion. Not in split decision, none of that, you know what I mean? He beat the man fair and square, you know? So it's not written in stone. It's not in any boxing guidelines or manual book that a boxer always and ultimately 10 times out of 10 beats a slugger, you know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, the man Shawn Porter style, that slugging, brawling style, is a style that can beat boxers, you know what I mean? He can beat most boxers, you know? If you put him in there with a guy like Danny Garcia, you know, I like Danny Garcia, but, you know, I think if Danny Garcia ain't up to for a fight, you know, Shawn Porter could ultimately take that fight. Same way Shawn Porter did Andre Berto, you know what I mean? I think, man, but look how the man, I said Andre Berto, Adrian Broner, man, even the way the man, Shawn Porter became a one-time world champion when he beat Devin Alexander. I consider Devin the Great. Alexander, I consider him more of a boxer, you know what I mean? While the man Shawn Porter, she saw what he did to him in that fight. Roughhouse tactics, took the fight to him, put his head on his chest, and straight went for the gusto, you know what I mean? And that's the way Shawn Porter fights. And she saw what he did to Paulie Malignaggi. I was actually live in the building for that. Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi was a guy who came up in weight, you know what I mean? And, you know, Shawn Porter's a guy was bigger than him, yeah, but ultimately, man, that wasn't no boxing fight, B. That was this man Shawn Porter got all up in the man Paulie Malignaggi and straight up beat him like he was on the schoolyard or a fight in the park. You know what I mean? Well, fellas, take out their phones yelling World Star. You check it. Well, you know, the man Andre Berto, man, you know, this guy got a better punch variety, in my opinion. I think he hits harder, you know what I mean? His uppercuts are real nice, you know what I mean? Got a nice left hook, you know, but we shall see if he can take the grit and grind style that the man Shawn Porter displays, you know what I mean? Shawn Porter is a guy who's one of the better welterweights in the world. His style of fighting, you know, I like boxers better, you know what I mean? I'm not going to knock his style because to me, I thought he had a draw with Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? 6 rounds to 6, you know? He took some hellacious punches in there, but the man displayed that he has a chin, you know what I mean? And right now, I think Keith Thurman, he might have hit harder than Andre Berto, you know what I'm saying? But I think Andre Berto, you know, if he wants to win this fight, he's going to have to keep this guy off of him, you know what I mean? How's he going to have to do that? He's going to have to keep pumping out that jab, triple jab, you know what I mean? Double jab, those shots to the body, you know what I'm saying? Move lateral movement, you know what I'm saying? Throw check right hooks and get out of the way when this guy's lunging in. Throw them uppercuts. And if he does that, he can win this fight. He could also ultimately even stop the man Shawn Porter. If he can do that in consistent fashion, you know what I'm saying? Check left hooks, you know what I mean? Check right hooks, uppercuts, you know what I'm saying? Moving out of the way, lateral movement. But I think this guy, Shawn Porter, knows how to close the distance, man. And that's an easier task set. That task is easier said than done, you know what I mean? Shawn Porter closing the distance is one of the best in boxing, you know what I mean? And ultimately, I think he'll get on the inside of Shawn Porter, of Andre Berto, and he'll straight maul this guy, you know what I mean? If Andre Berto, he's a cut diesel guy, you know what I'm saying? If he's strong enough to keep Shawn Porter off of him and keep him off of him, not just with just when he gets in close, like trying to shove him or push him out, but keep him off of him with them jabs and straight right hands to make Shawn Porter think twice or three times. He's going to have to hit harder than Keith Thurman on this particular night, you know what I mean? And if he does that, I think he could win, But ultimately, I've seen the guy, Andre Berto, lose to guys he shouldn't have lost to, you know what I mean? He lost. Man, I'm going to give this fight right now to Shawn Porter, man. He just ran through my mind what this guy, what's the guy, Robert the Ghost Guerrero did to Andre Berto, man. This guy, Robert Guerrero, mugged this guy, Berto, you know what I mean? He actually sunned him, you know what I'm saying? He took the fight to him for a guy who started off at featherweight. Remember that. The Ghost Guerrero started off from featherweight. He wasn't no natural 147 like the man Berto is, you know what I mean? And he mugged the guy, you know what I'm saying? He's the one who showed him who's the boss in there. Had some dirty tactics in there, but it's a fight at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If the ref ain't taking no points away, fuck it. You got to keep doing what you got to do to get your success. And just when I thought about that fight right there, I don't see this man Andre Berto winning this fight, man. If he couldn't keep a guy like the Robert the Ghost Guerrero off of him, how the fuck he gonna do that with Shawn Porter? Man, Shawn Porter wins this fight easily, man. 8 rounds to 4 in my opinion. Maybe 7 rounds to 5, but it's gonna be a unanimous decision. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments, and actually let me know who you think's gonna win this fight right here, man. I don't think there's much to it I could get into as far as the breakdown, other than what I've given you. And also, man, go back and watch that fight with Ghost Guerrero and Andre Berto, man. That might answer all your questions on who might win this fight. B Marsh Boxing, I'm out. 8 rounds to 4 or 7 rounds to 5 unanimous decision for Shawn Porter. Peace.